Hi, I just want to give a quick demo of the SQL Superhero Program. First things first, I'll kind of do it backwards and I'll show you how you actually find it. So this is my website here, and we're going to go to for individuals. So if you're doing this for a business, it works slightly differently. This is the individuals version, and then find out more, and it's in here. Okay, so this is the program. That's a brief explainer video to start. That's just me um, talking about the program. I'll not go through that. Then underneath here, we've got the actual training videos. So it's split into three main sections. These here: walk, run, and fly. But before we do those, we do a thing called wake, which is setting up the software and the training databases. So a bit of an intro, and then download and install SQL Server, set up the databases, and then a bit of an overview of those databases so you understand what it is that you're looking at. And then in the walk section, there's these videos here. So we start with the really basic stuff, querying one or two tables. That select star from a table name and then applying a very basic filter. This is stuff that you might well be familiar with. Then we look at table joins in detail. Did you know there are 6 different types of table join? Well, not just left join and inner join. So we go into all those in detail. The where clause, that's applying filters and wildcards and all different ways of finding the data that you're looking for. Date and time functions, one of my favorite topics. So there are 5 main sort of date and time functions in SQL Server. So we'll look at all those in details, and we'll look at how to generate various data sets based on the date. So for example, today is 16th of August. If I was running a query that wanted data for the full previous month, I don't need to type in specifically 1st of July to the 31st of July. I can use a combination of formulas to always get the full previous month, no matter what month it is. So we'll look into those in detail. The case statement, aggregation, handling strings and casting data types from one type to another. There are 3 main data types, and they are strings, that's just like words, numerics, that's numbers, and dates. There are other types, but those are your main ones. Number calculation, so we'll look at different ways of working with numbers. Nulls, so that a null is when a field contains no information. So there are ways of handling that. And then combining data sets. So you could have one query, and then you want to combine the result with the result of another query. So there are 4 key commands for doing that. And then the superhero challenge zone. So that is where I present you with a sort of a challenge which kind of combines all the lessons in that module. Now, within each lesson, and I'll start with one of the first ones, in fact, the first one. So within each lesson, there's the video. It's me presenting, and I'll be in the top corner, and then I'll just show you a bit later. So I'm coding on, there's the challenge. I was going to talk about that. So I got that just spot on. So before we do that, that's 13:10. So this is what I'm doing. I'm talking and I'm coding, and I'd like you to code along with me. So there it's best if you have 2 monitors. So you can have me on one monitor and you can code along on another monitor, and then you can pause me if I'm going too quickly, or go back a bit if you need me to repeat myself. And then we have that challenge. So I'll give an explanation, a few examples, and then a challenge. And the challenge was, we saw it briefly, didn't we? It was around about this point here. It was 13:10, wasn't it? There you go. So during each lesson, after explanations and examples, I'll provide a challenge. Okay, and this challenge might be one question, it might be two, three, or four, five questions, and it's just to test your understanding of the lesson so far. So here we go. Please provide a list of customers whose surname is Brown. So if you've done any SQL, that should be fairly straightforward. But if you've never touched SQL before, then by the time you get to this, you'll be able to do it because I've just explained it. So I'll say pause the video, do the challenge, and then unpause, and I'll run through my solutions and I'll talk you through my thought process. So every lesson has one of those challenges. Then every module at the end has this super challenge. So what we're looking at there is the walk module, 11 lessons, including that challenge. Next is run, where it gets a little bit more complicated. So derived tables and subqueries. CTEs, that's a subject which often gets people really, really confused. Variables, window functions, that's a classic, that one. Views, and all the way down to here to the super challenge. So I've got the questions in one lesson, a 7-minute lesson, and then the answers in another lesson. So I've split it out just to try and make them a bit shorter. And then we've got the fly module, again, more complicated, some stuff here that's quite advanced. Loops and dynamic SQL, the last lesson. It's a really fun topic, but you really have to have done the rest of the program for that to make any sense. But I mean, I love loops and dynamic SQL. But building up to that, you've got reports and stored procedures, an overview of data warehousing and ETL, indexing, performance. So these are quite advanced topics. Okay, that's fly. And then I've got a section here called store, where as I'm doing my day-to-day and I think of a subject that would benefit you in the program, I'm putting it in there and adding those in. So importing data directly from an Excel, sorry, a CSV source, some additional cool commands. Just something I put on LinkedIn once about inner joining onto a left join, so a bit more of an advanced topic. And then a career spotlight. So one of my previous clients talking about her new career in data migration after completing this program. Then we have stuff, interview preparation. So if you're getting ready for an interview, you'll probably face a technical assessment. So we talk about the different types of those and some practice. And then we have challenge yourself, which again, these are things that I come across in my day-to-day, and I think that would be great to put in the program. So Atif's dilemma, that was one of my previous clients, Atif, who got in touch and said, I've got this problem, can you help? And we jumped on it, and it was a difficult one, but we got there in the end. So for these, I'm just giving you the question. I'm not giving you the solution. So how do you get the solution? Well, as well as the training videos, where this program is different to anything else you'll find out there, is the support. So twice a week on a Sunday evening and on a Wednesday evening, and those might change, I have a group call. So that's when people can jump onto a Zoom call and ask questions and ask me to review their code, ask me to help with a challenge they might be struggling with, or even something they've faced in their day-to-day work. And also, if you're reaching those challenges, maybe to go through those challenge solutions with me and have a look at those. So those are twice a week I do those currently. And that is your means of getting me on a one-to-one basis. I mean, it's a group call, but you get to speak to me individually and get to ask questions. So you don't get that with Udemy or YouTube or Coursera or any of those other training providers. That is unique to this program. Okay, so that is the SQL Superhero program. It's what it looks like. And you can sign up. Go to this page here, SQL Superhero Program for individuals, and then click that more information button. And here it is. It's £59 a month at the moment. That may change. Click on Enroll Now, and you can, here we go, enter your card details. You get almost immediate access. So that will immediately set up a subscription and your payments will be taken. and that's a monthly for as long as you want. So if you want to do 1 month, it says there £59 a month until cancelled. So there's no minimum term, no contract. And then what will happen is later on, as soon as I can, I will give you access to the program and set you up a password and all that sort of thing. And you're in and you can get started straight away. So that's the SQL Superhero Program. It works. I've had people pass through this program and go on to have great success. Like I was saying about my client who's gone on to data migration, my clients going to data analysis, data engineering. So that's it. If you want to book a call, there's a button on that website also. Then you can go into there and you can book a call to chat with me if you're not sure, or if you've got any further questions. And yeah, a couple of questions there. So I'm an individual, I live in the UK, and then it takes you through to a calendar. So you can do that, or you can book online and start straight away. Okay, so hope that helped, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.